Hey, have you noticed our class was so empty today?
Yeah, I heard quiet people were absent because they got hepatitis A.
Hepatitis A? I thought it wasn't that common here.
Apparently, there have been a few cases recently. That's why some of them are medical leave.
So now I'm curious about hepatitis A and how do they even got infected?
Good question. Let's talk about it.
First off, hepatitis was discovered in stages progressing from ancient observation of jaundice epidemic to virus in laboratory settings. In 1940s, hepatitis were divided into A and B, and around 1970s to 1980s, hepatitis C, D, and E was introduced. Now, let's further break down into the history of hepatitis. Let's look into this video.
Texts dating back to antiquity described jaundice, the most striking symptom of hepatitis. Nothing was known about this jaundice, except that for centuries it was part and parcel of the fighting soldier's life, subjected to appalling hygiene conditions. In the middle of the 19th century, Czech Karl Rokitansky was the first to describe the hepatitis virus. Soon after, the United States was engulfed in civil war and soldiers were decimated by hepatitis. In 4 years, there were over 50,000 cases. Advances in combating the disease were made during the 20th century. During the First World War, the link between fecal matter and transmission of the disease was discovered. In the middle of the century, the first liver biopsy showed the damage it caused. And during World War II, Third Reich doctors used Germans as guinea pigs to prove that hepatitis could be of viral origin. At the beginning of the 1970s, the hepatitis A and B viruses were formally identified. Several years later, scientists observed that following blood transfusions, some patients became infected, not with the A or the B virus, but with a new form of hepatitis. With no great attempt at originality, they named the mysterious virus non-A, non-B hepatitis. In April 1989, non-A, non-B was identified and became known as hepatitis C virus, or HCV.
Now, we already know the history of hepatitis A. But do you really understand what is hepatitis A? Hepatitis A is a viral infection that caused by hepatitis A virus or HAV. It mainly attacks the liver and also spread through contaminated water or food. For its pathogenicity, after the virus enters our body, they will travel to the liver and infected liver cells. They will multiply in the liver cells, which make our immune system to attack the liver cell to remove the virus. Now, this will cause inflammation and lead to the disease. I will let you watch the video to really understand how this viral works.
Hepatitis A, which is sometimes called infectious hepatitis. This disease is caused by a picornavirus, which is a small RNA virus with a naked capsid structure. Once the virus is ingested, it enters the bloodstream through the oropharynx, or the epithelial lining of the intestines, and travels to the liver. After replicating in liver cells, the virus is released into the bile and then into the stool. In fact, a large quantity of the virus is shed into the stool about 10 days before symptoms appear. Hepatitis A is spread by the fecal-oral route and has an incubation period of approximately 1 month. After that time, icteric symptoms begin abruptly, meaning jaundice, which is a yellowing of the skin or whites of the eyes. The hepatitis A virus is found in the blood and stool of people who are infected and is spread when someone ingests even microscopic amounts of the virus. The disease can be spread from close personal contact with an infected person or ingesting contaminated food or drink, and is so contagious that people can spread the virus before they even feel sick. The virus can also survive in fresh and salt water for months at a time.
Now we already know about what is hepatitis A. Now look at this seeker. She might have a hepatitis A because she having a fever and nausea, which is one of the symptoms of hepatitis A. You want to know more? Let's watch this video.
Okay, now symptoms of hepatitis usually appear 15 to 50 days after infection with the hepatitis A virus and after around 40 days for hepatitis E. Nonspecific symptoms include fever, fatigue, loss of appetite, nausea, vomiting, and abdominal pain. Specific symptoms are related to liver damage. When hepatocytes are destroyed, bilirubin with bile salts are released into the bloodstream and impregnate the tissues, causing jaundice, which is a yellowish pigmentation of the skin, mucosa, and whites of the eyes, while the bile salts in the skin cause itching. The bilirubin from the blood is filtered by the kidneys and ends up in the urine instead of the stool, making it dark, while the stool becomes pale. The disease usually lasts 2 to 4 weeks, and most of the infected individuals completely recover. Fulminant hepatitis with liver failure, brain damage, coagulation impairment, and kidney failure is very rare.
Did you know hepatitis A can impact our economy? Because first, it can lead to loss of productivity. Because if someone got infected, they need to stay at home for a few days for recovery. This means that workers cannot go to work. Secondly, it can impact our personal financial. Because a patient need to pay for their hospital and clinic bills, including their medicine, their full checkup, and also their lab tests that needed. And lastly, it can impact to business in our country. Business like restaurant may lose their customers and also may short of staff that can lead to temporary close or maybe even permanently close. That means that their company or business financial have dropped. That's how hepatitis A can impact to our economy.
Next, I will explain about how the government control this disease. Firstly, the government will make sure all the communities have a proper sanitation system and have a safe drinking water. Secondly, the government will work with school, hospital, and all communities to teach about a proper hygiene and share the information about hepatitis A. And thirdly, the government will make sure all the restaurant and food seller always wash their hands before prepare the food to the customer. That's all how the government to control this disease in this world.
Oh, now I know about hepatitis A.
Hi.
Hi.
What you guys talking about?
We're talking about hepatitis A.
Wow, interesting. But I have some fact about hepatitis A.
What is it?
You know, your liver can heal itself and about 99% people can completely recover from this disease.
I also have an interesting fact about hepatitis A, which is soap is better than hand sanitizer and prevention of hepatitis A. Aside from that, there's also an interesting fact about that travelers has higher risk at getting the infections. You guys know about that?
Now we know.
Wait, we have a class right after this.
Yeah.
Yeah, go now. Let's go.
Yeah, we should go.